Hi, thank you for joining me. I'm Trace Williams. This is What Do You Think? Today's episode, the coronavirus, a wake-up call? As we continue to listen, we continue to hear about the greatest economy this country has ever known. We have been given freedoms back to run business as we see fit. Regulatory changes have made it easier and less expensive and less time-consuming to go through the proverbial red tape in order to bring an idea to fruition. There has been far less governmental rules that would prohibit business than at any other time in our recent history. This has allowed for a booming economy. Within a short period of time, we have become energy independent. Our farmers have an opportunity to become wealthy. Our manufacturing base has been enabled to begin making product here again. Oil pipelines and trade lanes had opened up new markets for American business to supply the world. We can now make small parts of larger parts for companies to manufacture larger pieces of equipment, appliances, and anything else anyone could think of. The stock market rose to record heights. The American people can earn passive income by investing in stocks of large companies, lending to small companies, and bringing one's own idea to birth a company that will earn a living while employing their neighbors and people of neighboring communities. Our nation could, once again, build product in the United States in a way that enables us to depend on us instead of a foreign entity that would love nothing more than to enslave the people of our great nation. This is called capitalism. Many people may have the same idea to begin a small business, the same small business. Many factors will determine the price of the product, such as the cost of the material to make the product, transportation costs, energy costs, and supply and demand. But one of the most important factors is competition. Capitalism opens up the competition to keep the price to the consumer affordable. This is capitalism in as basic a form I can think to explain. In every aspect of manufacturing or retail, there is competition. Competition allows for every aspect of business to continue to keep the price point as low as possible. That is great for the consumer. It is also great for the manufacturer or the retailer. The manufacturer makes the product, the transportation industry transports it, the retailer sells it, and the consumer consumes it, and the process begins again. Then one day, it happens. A disease enters the country. It is a devastating disease that could have caused a death rate of apocalyptic proportions. 2 doctors enter the office of the president and inform him that he must shut the country down, send everyone home, and keep them 6 feet apart from one another in order to slow the spread of this deadly disease. The president then, in turn, signs a state of emergency against this silent enemy and informs the governors of the states as to what is happening. He leaves this decision to the states as to what they should do for the people of their states in order to keep them safe. Each state and each territory had then signed on to the state of emergency. Each state then had determined that the best thing to do for the people they represent is to lock down the states and keep most people at home 6 feet apart from one another. This was devastating to the country financially. However, we all value human life over money. So we save lives now and rebirth the economy later. Here's some more truth. A stimulus package was signed to give money directly to the people of the country by the federal government. Money was also provided to small business to keep employees on the payroll of the companies that were forced to shut down during this pandemic. Money was given to the state's unemployment fund in order to give furloughed employees not only the unemployment money they would normally acquire, but an additional $600 a week. Given the choice, some people would rather be furloughed in order to bring home more money by not working than if they would have continued to receive a weekly check from their employer. There is a cost of money, however. It is not the cost of money, but the cost of one's freedom. One can no longer go to a restaurant of their choice. One can no longer share an evening with friends. One can no longer hit the local bar on the weekend to blow off their steam. But one is afforded the luxury to stay at home and receive a government check. There is no manufacturing base, no retail operations, no service industry performing service. Why is this? Because one's governors have determined that the people may not be intelligent enough to keep our distance in the public. They have determined that the people are not intelligent enough to keep the hands clean. They have determined that because we are not intelligent enough for these basic things, that they shall make those decisions for us. After only 6 weeks of the stay-at-home order at the hands of the governors, many feel like they are in captivity and are anxious to get back to work. Many feel like the mandates pushed upon them by the governors of the states are overly cautious. What is your opinion? For those who like socialism, this is just a taste. What is your opinion now? How is the economy? How is your social life? How's your home life? What about your child's education? I'm not here to create an all-out confrontation, just a respectful conversation. In 1 year, we have seen capitalism rise once again in this country, set right up next to socialism. This shall make it much easier to decide which direction this country goes in the upcoming election of the next President of the United States. The next election is, in my humble opinion, the most important election in the history of our country. For which side do you stand? I am Trace Williams, asking you, what do you think? For more, please visit me on my website at tracewilliams.club. Thank you for listening, everybody. Have a great day, and God bless.